Hi, and thank you for your interest in this 4-part course of how to be an entrepreneur, which is for young people. My name is Cassandra Chamberlain. I wrote the course and I'll be taking you through. In this video, we'll be looking at how to find out what you love. This course is based on Ikigai, which is a Japanese concept of how to find purpose and to live with purpose in your life. It's based on these 4 questions, which is, what do I love? What am I good at? What does the world need? And what will the world pay for? The question, what do I love, is really hard to answer. When you start asking yourself, you'll start thinking about what the answers could be. And that's the most important thing. Because this is such a difficult question, I'm going to be asking you to think about different metaphors, different images in your head that can help you think about this question, what do I love? Or what lights me up? And to that end, I've got this flame. This flame here represents the human spirit that we have in all of us. And our job in life, my job, your job, our job in life is to live a life where that flame shines as bright as it can. And of course, it's not going to shine bright every day. Some days it will be low, some days it'll be high. But our job in life is to first of all figure out what it is that lights us up, that gives us that fire. And also to surround ourselves with people who celebrate that fire and whose fire we celebrate in them too. You'll know what it is because you feel excited about it. Whenever you do that thing, you lose track of time. If you have got an activity that you do or an interest that you have where you could just spend hours doing it or talking about it, then that's likely to be something that lights you up. A really helpful tip here, by the way, is to talk to other people about how they see you. Ask friends or a trusted adult, what is it that you see me do when I am really excited or in the zone? What do you think lights me up? Because oftentimes people can see things in us that we don't see ourselves. So the flame is one image I'd like you to think about. Another image I'd like you to think about is this idea of a map or a compass. When you are looking at this, it's called self-inquiry, when you learn about yourself. When you're really thinking about yourself, you are like, I don't know if you've ever played those computer games where you have, it's like a massive world and you can go anywhere and do anything. A game that I'm thinking of at the moment is something like Zelda Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, where you can basically go anywhere and do anything. When you understand something about yourself, it's like you unlock another section of the map. Yes, so I want you to think of yourself as a map. You're going to find areas which are interesting, which are precarious. You're going to find areas of yourself that you didn't know existed if you keep on digging in and leaning into it. Another image I'd like to think about is that of a tree. People are like trees. And let me tell you what I mean. When you first look at a tree, the first thing you notice are its leaves, right? And the leaves give us information. The leaves can also change. The leaves tell us what type of tree it is. It tells us if it's winter, summer, spring, autumn. The leaves change. Sometimes they're green, sometimes they're brown, sometimes they're not there. Sometimes they're there all the time. Depends on the tree. The next thing we see, if we really think about it, are the branches and maybe the trunk. And obviously the branches are the things that hold the leaves onto the tree. And then we have the bit that's unseen, which is below the ground, which are the roots. And without a healthy root structure, the tree itself will be unstable. It won't thrive. When I say that people are like trees, the thing that we see first, just like on a tree, is we see people's leaves. What I mean by that is the things that we see their actions. People can behave kindly, they can behave unkindly. That's really all we see. We don't know people, we just see their actions. Or the better you know somebody, the more you'll get to know what their branches are and the shape of their trunk. In other words, what their beliefs are. Because all actions are driven by people's beliefs. What we don't often get to see are people's roots. It's like it's our job in life to really dig in and find out what lights us up. The thing that will light us up will often come from the roots of our tree. In other words, these are the things that are hidden, and we must make an effort to explore and go down into our roots to figure out what they are. The thing that drives your beliefs, which ultimately drives your actions, are your values. Values are ideas that drive everything that we do. We're going to do an activity now where we're going to look at what values could be true for you. You're going to need to pause this video and get a sheet of paper, or you can take screenshots, whatever works for you. The key thing here is you're going to see 30 values. They may not be enough, they're probably not enough, But the point is that you take all of these ideas and you sift them through, and what you need to do is, I really want you to feel what is right for you. So this is not about thinking, because all of these values are good. I need you to feel. And when you feel, yeah, that's me, yeah, that's actually really important to me, then you need to write it down. Don't think about it too much, just go for it. You're only writing down the value if it feels important to you, okay? Let's do it. Well-being, resourcefulness, safety, freedom, reliability, self-discipline, tradition, creativity, humor, diversity, curiosity, ambition, adventure, service, efficiency, beauty, order, connection, vision, justice, love, collaboration, sportsmanship, loyalty, gratitude, leadership, self-expression, environment, vulnerability, wealth. You should have written down the ones which feel important to you. If you have more than 5, you have too many. So how was that? Was that hard? This is a hard exercise. It should be hard because we're not used to thinking about how ideas make us feel. And 30 is not that many. In my original set, I have 80, and I had to reduce that down from a list of 120. Do go on and keep looking for this, because I know that there are going to be ideas on my list of values here in this slide deck that you're going to have that isn't there. These are some of my values, and actually there are too many here. I could get rid of some of these too. The idea is that you distill down, you drill down what's important to you, because then what happens is, the reason why this is so important is because it gives you an idea of your compass, I'm going to say true north. And if you think about what a compass does, when you are, remember that idea of a map, and you're going looking for something, you use your compass, not a phone, you use a compass to figure out where you're going, and the compass will always point north, okay? And if you can find maybe 4 values which are important to you, which you know light you up, then you know that any decision that you make, or any friendship that you have, or any opportunity that you want to pursue, which is the whole point of this course in entrepreneurship, is aligned, we call it in alignment with your values. Yes, so for example, one of my values is not on the list, and that is equality. And the reason why I put these videos out for free on YouTube is because that aligns with my values. I don't want to charge people for this knowledge, because I know that the people who need it most are the people who have the least money. And if I can get them to have this information, then I know that I am in alignment with my values, which is to have more equality in the world, to have those who have less money and less agency in their lives, give them an opportunity to raise them up. And that really is in alignment with who I am. So there you go, that's your first rodeo into this course in entrepreneurship that I've created. As I say, it's based on the concept of Ikigai, of what do I love. Part 2 is what am I good at? So go ahead and have a look at this playlist and look at that video there, followed by what does the world need and what will the world pay for. These first 2 parts are all about looking inside of yourself, and part 3 and part 4 is more about business acumen, looking outside into the world around us. These questions are big questions, but what you'll find, the first time you think about them, you won't have all of the answers, but it's about starting that process. And you'll notice that the more you go through this process, the more you'll realize it's more of a circular thing, where you'll go round and round and round as you get more insight and more wisdom. I hope you've enjoyed this part 1. If you've got any questions or comments, leave them for me down below. Otherwise, go ahead and have a look at part 2 into what am I good at, and I'll see you later on in the course.